Good day and welcome to a new recently bought games. Yeah, my ears like messed up because I've had a cold, so I can't hear properly, and everything's like funny. So, new recently bought games. I've kind of like calmed down with buying games over the past few months, so it's not going to be as much as I usually have, which is a good thing because I spent way too much money on games. So I guess to begin with, I'm going to start with Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games because I only have 3 in total. One was from my retro game box, and I've stopped my subscription to that for now, but I might resubscribe to them at some point. So, first things, I did a video on Pokemon Emerald, so there's that. I also, a few weeks later, bought Pokemon Ruby from the same shop that I bought Pokemon Emerald. You thought that the Pokemon Emerald save file was crazy. You haven't seen this one. Oh no, it's raining. Ah! I'm just pretending nothing happened. Okay, so, like I was saying, Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Emerald. The reason I got all 3 of these, I have all 3 of these now because I had Sapphire on my shelf. The reason I have all 3 of these now is because 3rd gen Pokemon was my personal first Pokemon generation. The generation that I got into, I guess, first, because I was too young to understand how to play Pokemon Red, I think I had, and I didn't have Gen 2 of Pokemon until much later. So Pokemon Emerald, Ruby and Sapphire were the first generation of Pokemon that I could associate myself with, and it was my first generation of Pokemon that I grew up with. So I have all 3 Pokemon from that gen now, so yay. And one Game Boy Pocket game, one Game Boy game, which is Godzilla. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this. It's like a puzzle game when it's raining. So Godzilla is like a puzzle platformer kind of game. It's not like that you'd see in films. If I can, then I put like gameplay in the corner or something. So it's not like Godzilla from the films. You play like this really cute little dinosaur thing, and you go around like punching boulders and dropping in on enemies. It's a really, really awesome game, and I'm actually glad that I got this because this was from my retro game box, and I always forget to buy this, but I have it now, I guess. So yeah, I don't know, I guess because my recording setup's much easier now, I try and shove in as much gameplay in the corner as I can, well, whatever corner it is. I got one Mega Drive game from my retro game box, and that is Fantastic Dizzy. Yay. Truth be told, I never actually heard of this game before I got this sent to me, so this was like a complete surprise. I like Codemasters Mega Drive games because they look like this. It's really weird. I got this from my retro game box and I still haven't played it. It looks like just like a normal platformer. I know nothing about this game, and I still know nothing about it because I haven't played it. But I'll try and play it my first time and put some gameplay up. That is some pretty bad rain, and it's very windy. What's like Storm Frank? Frank the Storm. What stupid name for a storm. I'll do Wii and Wii U games at the same time, so keep kicking the tripod. I've kind of talked about this before. I've played it on the multiplex with Bradley. That is Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City. If you haven't seen the multiplex Let's Play thing yet, then I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description because we had fun. We were going to play it the other day when we were going to record, but I forgot to bring it. So anyone that actually wanted us to keep playing, then that's my fault and I'm really sorry, but I forgot to bring it. So yeah, Animal Crossing, woo! The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword and The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I actually wanted to get Twilight Princess on the GameCube, but that's too expensive, so I have to make do with motion controls. I'd say that motion controls were done better in Skyward Sword, but not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. People kept saying that this is a really linear game. I must be an idiot or something, because I tried playing it, and when you have to find the Kikwi, I got lost. And I don't know how. I got lost, and it took me like an hour to find all the Kikwi. And it annoyed me so much because I couldn't find them. I wanted to try Skyward Sword because I wanted to understand what people were getting from and like analyze it myself and pick it apart and see what was actually wrong with it. I need to actually finish this because I'm still really not that far into it. From what I've played of Twilight Princess, I really, really like this, and I'm actually really interested to see what's going to be like on a Wii U, and like if they change anything or upgrade like a lot of things or add new things stuff. I don't know. Mario Strikers Charged Football. For some reason, I've actually left the price sticker on here. I forgot to take it off. So Yeah, I haven't actually played this. I might wait until I play with someone before I play this. I might just mess around with it on my own to see what it's like. The original is Mario Strikers, like, isn't it? I think. It's on the GameCube. I don't have that, but I decided to get this one. Metroid Other M. I got this because I honestly don't know. I think it was like, I wanted to get a game. I went out specifically to get a game and I hadn't got one. And the only game that I found that I wanted to try was Other M. So I got this. If I got another game and then I found Other M, I wouldn't have got Other M. Nice! Journey into Dreams. I left the price on this one too. This is actually my first Nights game. I keep mentioning a game shop near me called Wares. I don't think I've mentioned it for a while, but there's a game shop near me called Wares, if you didn't know. And for months, well, I think since nearly they've opened, they've had a copy of Nights into Dreams just sat on one of their shelves for the Sega Saturn. And it's just been sat there nearly since the time that they've opened, but I've left it. And I don't know why. I think it's because I'm waiting until I get a circle, analog navigation controller thing for the Sega Saturn, but I just left it and I don't know why. But I got this instead to tide me over until I do actually get it. So if they still have it, the next time I go in there, I might get it because I don't know, it's just been left there. I got this. Yay! I played some of it and I kind of like it. Apparently the original Nights into Dreams is supposed to be better than this because of the motion controls or something to do with this. I've forgotten. Wait, there's no motion controls, is there? I can't remember. With something about the game that people say is better in the original Nights into Dreams than compared to this. So I don't know, I'll have to get it and talk about it or something. Sonic Lost Worlds, the Deadly 6th Edition. I don't know what the hell the difference is between the Deadly 6th Edition and the original. It says there's exclusive levels. I don't know. Should there be like a code in here or something for the Deadly 6th Edition? Because I have no idea. Because to me, this is just like every other version of Sonic Lost World. But anyway, Sonic Lost World is a really, really good game. And I actually really enjoy it. I saw that people were giving it like rather low scores and I didn't actually understand why. Because compared to other more recent Sonic games, this one stands out really, really far. I'd be first to admit, I was one of the people that were complaining about the fact that it looks so much like Mario Galaxy. Then when I actually picked it up and played it, I really, really liked it. It was like such an enjoyable Sonic game. The controls might not be the tightest, but it's certainly a great Sonic game that I think people should try. One of these games might be what has made me decide to calm down on game collecting a bit. Well, one, I kind of have the majority of what I want now, and there's like a select few that I really want, because I'm only collecting games that I really, really wanted to play. But now I'm starting to get to the point where I know I don't have a lot of games, but I'm starting to get to the point where I have the games that I've wanted to play the most. And I think Pokemon Gale of Darkness is the game that might have pushed me over the edge and has made me think about collecting and wanting to slow down a bit. Like buying games, because I paid near retail price for this, and I'll explain why. Gale of Darkness is one of the rarest games I've seen in the wild. Like, I've never seen Gale of Darkness anywhere. All this time that I've been looking for games, trying to buy games, just like scouring, going to charity shops, going to second-hand shops, going to pawn shops. All this time I've been going to these games, even in gaming shops, I've never seen Gale of Darkness. Then this one time, I do find it. I pinch it up before anyone else can, and I hug it, and I take it home, and I play it. That is what happened when I found it, because I found it in a shop. I found it in, people in UK would know a shop called CEX. And there's all these, like, just crap just shoved into there. People with things they don't want. CDs, DVDs, games. And there's all these secondhand things. You never ever find anything uncommon or rare or really expensive in CEX, because the majority of the time people know what these things are worth. And they don't go to places like CEX to get rid of them. They go to places like eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Gumtree, all these places to sell them. So when I found Gale of Darkness, I knew that someone must have slipped up, and I knew this was going to go really, really quickly, because they also had Tales of Symphonia in there. And I knew that that was going to go at some point pretty soon as well, because people have been looking for Tales of Symphonia for the GameCube. I got this instead of Tales of Symphonia because of the fact that it was there. Gameplay wise, it's pretty much exactly the same to Pokemon Colosseum's single player campaign. And there's also a multiplayer mode that's like Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon Stadium, but it's only two Pokemon per player. And there's a mode where you can connect, what is it, 2 to 4 Game Boy Advance systems. I think you can just use any Pokemon. I don't know if there's a limit to the Pokemon you can use, but you can do that. There's a thing that lets you do that. I need to get the thing that you can connect Pokemon Box. I've talked about Pokemon for long enough, but I want to get this thing. It's called Pokemon Box. You can transfer your Pokemon to Pokemon Colosseum or Gale of Darkness, I think. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll get it or not. Then I'll have to get this cable to connect the Game Boy to the GameCube, and I can't bother because that'll be expensive. And I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to do that. So Gale of Darkness. It's now one of my most expensive games in my collection, and is one of the rarest games in my collection as well. I think this game's rare. So, can someone correct me on this? Because someone keeps making me think that this game is rare, and I don't think it is. I think it's uncommon, but I don't think it's rare. It might be rare though. I don't know. But I know it's expensive, and a lot of people have been wanting Gale of Darkness. So yeah. Enough of Pokemon. That's the last of Pokemon, I swear. Here's Tarzan. This case is beaten up so much. It looks water damaged. The corner of the case is completely broken off. The plastic on the case is coming off. I don't know what someone did to this game before they had it. The disc is pretty badly scratched up. But I got this sent to me from my retro game box. This is in the last box that I got. And along with Godzilla game and Amazing Dizzy. Fantastic Dizzy even. And this was the last game I got with my retro game box from the last box. And it's not good. It's really not good. I played some of it and I got really irritated because it just didn't do what I wanted it to do, so I stopped playing it. I haven't really played much more of this since I got it. So I'm really happy to have this now, and if you remember a while ago, I can't remember when it was, I think it was last year or something, I sent Jeez. Enough of Pokemon. I've done my part on Pokemon. I don't need to talk about it anymore. Last year or something, I sent for a Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Platinum Edition that never came. It mysteriously disappeared. I tried tracking it down, they couldn't find it. They sent me the standard Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. The whole story is 2 or 3 recently bought games episodes ago. So if you want to find that, then I'll try and find it and link it in the description so you can hear what actually happened. But I never got it, and I went on eBay a couple weeks ago and someone was selling it on there, the Platinum Edition of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, for 30 something pounds instead of about 70. So for Christmas, I decided that I was going to ask someone if they didn't have me something, and I got myself this instead, and they gave me the money back. So I'm really, really happy to have this now, because this was one of the things in my Kingdom Hearts collection that I desperately wanted and I didn't have. So if you didn't know about this was released after Final Mix. There's a lot of stuff in here. Well, not a lot of stuff. There's just some random stuff in here. There's a slip cover. It's got some Kingdom Hearts quotes on the back, and I really like the feeling of this plastic. I don't know why. The card feels really, really smooth, and I like it, and I have no idea why. But when it came, I was fascinated on how smooth it was. It just feels like plastic, and I love it, and I don't know why. But I'm not going to get it all out because it would take too much time. Here's the thing. There's a little black box that comes in here that's labelled like this, and there's some little things in here, some stickers, a little Lego-esque Sora figure, and Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix that comes with it as well. So like I said, this was the thing that I wanted in my Kingdom Hearts collection the most. I'm actually nearly finished with my Kingdom Hearts collection as of now. I am waiting on trying to find a Japanese GBA Kingdom Hearts limited edition that keeps cropping up every now and again, and I'm trying to get that. I'm also trying to get the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and Final Mix Birth by Sleep Collector's Edition. And then all I need to get is the Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance Keyblade Master Edition. It was like Master's Edition or something. But I don't think it was released here. I think it was only released in Japan and America. So if it is released here, I'll try and get it. But if it's not, then it's going to be super expensive to get. But that's like all I need for my Kingdom Hearts collection. And then I'm completely up to date on every single game that's been released except for that random mobile one that's never going to be found again. So that's out of the way. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. My mum got me this because it was cheap and I haven't played it yet. I know it's not going to be very good in my opinion because it's probably going to be a budget title movie game and it's not going to be very good. But I left the sticker on here, the price sticker and everything on here. I hadn't played it. I completely forgot about it until I got up my notes on the games that I collected, and then I was like, oh yeah, I have that. So I have this. Crash Nitro Kart. This doesn't hold a candle to Crash Team Racing, in my opinion. After playing it on the PS3 from the PSN, I can safely say the Crash Nitro Kart has no comparison to how good Crash Team Racing is. Don't get me wrong, this is a good kart racer, but to the scale that Crash Team Racing is, this isn't as good. The controls aren't as tight, and level designs aren't as good, and they even reused some tracks from the original Crash Team Racing. I hated that in Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformer, where they reused a track from the original, and then they just like, oh, there's more tracks. It's like, no, there's not more tracks. You just like took them from the last game because you're lazy. I didn't like it when kart racers do that. But fair enough to Mario Kart because they still have a whole roster of tracks for you to play on. Like 4 cups, each with new tracks, and then 4 more cups with old tracks. Fair enough of that because they handled it well. They didn't just like have 3 cups with 4 different tracks and then another cup with old tracks and then be like, there's your lot. Because it's like, I've only played for like 12 tracks. And it's not really fair. Give me more tracks. I'm picky with car races. But otherwise it's good. I like Crash Nitro Kart. Devil May Cry Platinum Edition. Well, the platinum version, whatever. This is my first time playing Devil May Cry, and I wanted to start with the first one. I really enjoy it. It's like if you don't know what it is, it's like a hack and slashy kind of game that's made by Capcom. It's supposed to be Resident Evil, but then it was like too different from Resident Evil, so it's like, I'll just make a new game. So, Devil May Cry, I kind of like it. It's pretty fun. I haven't played too much of it because I died, and then I didn't play much more. So I need to go back and finish that. So yeah, I'll do that at some point. Digimon Rumble Arena 2. I didn't actually know the Digimon Rumble Arena had a sequel. When I was growing up, I had the original, but I had no idea there was a sequel. And I think there's a Rumble Arena 3 as well. This little ding in the corner was there when I bought it, and I had no idea how they did it. The bottom of the corner of the case just blew up, and yeah, I don't know how they did it, but it's there. Rumble Arena 2 just doesn't control very well for a fighting game. It's floaty, it doesn't feel like you're actually... It doesn't feel impactful when you hit someone. It's... I don't know. I want to talk more about it, like compare it to the first one, but I don't have the first one anymore. But it's just not a very good fighting game, in my opinion. There's probably more better Digimon fighting games, but Rumble Arena 2 is really not one of them. It's just not very good. And finally, Lord of the Rings Return of the King. I finally finished watching Lord of the Rings recently, actually. The games based on the films are supposed to be really, really good, but I haven't actually played through them all yet, so hopefully I can at some point. Then I can come to a final verdict of like, either this game is really good and stay faithful to the films, or these games are really terrible and don't stay faithful to the film, so don't buy them because they're poop. I don't know, I should play them properly because I know that these are co-op, so I could get someone to play them with me and then we can enjoy the experience together. Whoa, that could be magic. The final lot of games here, I don't have any systems because I've kind of gotten to the point where I have the most of the systems I want. So apart from the TurboGrafx 16 and the Vectrex, I'm kind of okay with the systems that I have. So this final pile of games. 3D Dot Game Heroes. This is like a parody of Legend of Zelda and older games like that. It's very self-aware and it like makes jokes on itself nearly all the time. It's made me laugh more than once. This game is just over the top, and I love it for that. You can make your own characters. The dialogue's really interesting, and I just love it. I think this is supposed to be originally a downloadable only game for the PSN, and then they took it off, and then something happened, and then they released a physical copy of it. I didn't know that until I found it in CEX, and I bought it because it was like £3 or something. So I hadn't tried it. I really wanted to try it because I'd heard amazing things about this game, and I haven't actually been let down yet. So if you really like older Legend of Zelda kind of games and you have a PS3, then like look for 3D Dot Game Heroes, because I really don't think you're gonna be disappointed because it's really, really good. Aliens, Colonial Marines, yeah. I didn't buy this, someone bought it for me. Compared to Alien Isolation, this is nothing. This is like, really, this is awful. This is such a bad Alien game compared to Isolation. Isolation is what this game should have been, and it wasn't. It was nothing like it. It's just a typical first person blam 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 shooter, and it's just not fun, and it's really, really boring, and I really don't like it. But I really like Alien Isolation because it's what an Alien game should have been. If you really want to know what this game is like, then go find ProJara's rambling video on it, because he talks really in depth about it, about events he went to where they showed demos of it, how it wasn't how they advertised it to be, and how it should have been, and he talks like really in depth about this. So if you want to find it, go listen to it because it's really interesting. But this is such a bad Aliens game. Heavenly Sword. I don't have the space on my hard drive to play this, so I can't play it because I need to update the game before I can play it, because for some reason the PS3 does that with some games. You have to update it before you can play it. I know this was a release title, I think, so I've heard okay things about this, and I wanted to try it, but the hard drive is full because the system installs games onto the hard drive as like data files for it to read to load faster, and that's what this was supposed to do. But I just need to get a bigger hard drive. 2 PS4 games, Legend of K Anniversary. I have spoken so much about this leading up to the release and after. I even made like a short review of it, so if you want to go find that, then I'll leave a link in the description as well. I think they've been updating this game every now and again to like fix some things that I've spoken about in older videos. If you want to, then please try this because I really like it. It plays exactly the same as the one on the PS2. It's just a lot sharper and it looks a lot nicer. But other than that, they've changed nothing pretty much. I think the music's more or less the same. I don't think they added anything new except from the multiplayer feature. I put it in quotations because it's not, and two, you're just riding a ball in an area to the finish, and no one plays it. No one even touches it because it's not really memorable, and it's not really a selling point for the game because people it's such a minuscule thing with the game that people just forget about it. But otherwise, Legend of K is still a really good game. There's still some flaws in it that I think they should really iron out. But other than that, I've played it completely through, and I can say that it's still a really good game. But if you want to pay less, get it on the PS2 instead because it's exactly the same. You're not missing out on anything except from the multiplayer feature. If you want to try it like that, then get the PS2 version. But if you want to have it look nicer, then get it on, what is it, Wii U, PS4, PC. I don't think they released it on Xbox One because of some terms of services or something. So yeah, I think it's only released on those. This has remote play, so you can play it on your Vita. It's still pretty good. £15, I think. It is a really good game and you should try it. So yeah, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is the day 1 edition, I think. For some reason, in game, they had like 1 copies of this. They've priced it at like 20 quid. So I was like, what? All the other versions are like 30 plus. And then they have this 1 copy, unopened, sealed, never opened before. All this stuff in it. Just awesome stuff, oh my god. So there was all this stuff inside it. No one had opened it before, and it was priced at like 20 quid. So of course I'm gonna buy it. It's The Witcher 3. It hadn't been out long, and it was just there with all this stuff in. It's like, what? Why they price it so low? This game is actually really, really good. And they priced it really low compared to all the other ones. It's like the base game you get nothing with. priced like normal price, and it's like 20 quid. What? I still don't understand why they priced it so low, but I don't regret it. It's a really good game. The only problem with the PS4 version is the goddamn loading times, because holy crap, those take over a minute, I think. Something like that. They take a really long time. Loading screens are ridiculous. Better not try and die, because you're going to be sat there for like an hour waiting for the game to reload, because Christ. Loading times on this are the worst. If there's a way to fix this, then please tell me, because the loading screens are ridiculously obnoxious, and I just hate sitting through them because they take so long. But other than that, this game's really, really good. Apparently the PC version is supposed to be the best. Obviously, it's supposed to be the best. Rare replay. I thought that Banjo-Kazooie games were supposed to be on the disc, but apparently not. You have to get them from the Xbox Live Arcade, which I don't like, because I thought they were going to be on the disc. The only reason I only have this game for the Xbox One, personally, like for me, is because I bought my Xbox One for my brothers primarily because they couldn't afford one, so I was like, I'll be nice and get them an Xbox One. And I wanted to get at least a game for it for me to play, so I got Rare Replay, because, why not? And finally, Warcraft 3 and the Warcraft 3 expansion. I think. These are this is my first Warcraft game. I think this is the expansion. Yeah, this is my first Warcraft game. I haven't played any other Warcraft game apart from this, so I should probably play the first ones first. I can't remember if I tried putting it on my PC, but these were really, really cheap, and they were like right next to each other in a charity shop, so I got them because I wanted to try them. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching this recently bought games. Kind of dragged on for longer than I wanted it to for some reason, and it talked so much about some of the games. But two of the games I liked above all others, and I'm gonna hold on to for a really long time, the two that I really wanted to buy and I'm just gonna like love forever, are Kingdom Hearts Final Mix and Pokemon XD. I don't know, I'm just gonna like keep these forever because the chances of me getting these are slim to none. If I start reducing my collection, I'm gonna keep these for as long as I can because chances are I'm never gonna get them again. So again, thank you very much for watching this episode of Recently Bought Games. If any of you have bought games recently, then I don't know if you can like leave, you can't do video responses anymore, I know that. Can you leave links in the comments? Try that. If you bought any games recently and you've made a video about it, leave a comment below and I'll check them out because I'm just like genuinely interested in what people buy for their collection. So yeah, I'm nosy. I'm really nosy and I know it. So thank you for watching. And until next time, goodbye.